Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty, the Crappy Crafter. Today we are going to try to decorate these mini Sharpie display containers. Seriously, look at how cute these are all by themselves. They are super cute. So of course I had to take them because the store I work at sells mini Sharpies and they had these and I was just like, I know exactly what to do with them. Kind of. We are going to decorate these and turn them into little lanterns. Hopefully these little guys will be bright enough, we'll see. And I have no idea how I'm going to go about doing it yet, but we'll figure it out. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start out by prepping these, and that means taking them completely apart because you don't really want the handles to be glued to the lid. We're going to use some gesso, white gesso, because these are very, very yellow, and I don't want them to be quite so yellow, because the yellow will shine through and just change the colors that I'm going to put on top. We're going to sand them down a little bit for something for the nail polish to stick to. Yes, I'm going to end up using nail polish. I will have gone online, and it's been a long time since I've hydro dipped anything, and everybody wants you to use spray paint, but I remember using, I don't remember what I used to use. Obviously I used to do nail polish for my nails, but I don't remember what I used to use for paper. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use nail polish. So first thing we do is put some gesso down. It probably didn't really need to, but like I said, I really didn't want that yellow, so we'll see what happens. Gotta do the handles too. The handles are such a pain in the butt, but it's okay. They're okay in the end. Gotta get into all of those little nooks and crannies. Put on a second layer because I want as little of that yellow to show through as possible, because it really would have changed the colors of the nail polish on top. Gonna use Mariah Elizabeth nail polish because it's a lovely rainbow. I wanted a rainbow and I didn't want it to be overpowering, so I think the pastel rainbow will work really well. It has been a long time since I've done this, and I screw this up a lot, and you're gonna see every single one of them. Well, most of them. At some point I will have forgotten to actually record some of them. I'm not entirely sure how that happens, but anyways, this is the first successful one. And that's the reason why I'm taking so much time in it, but this one works. What I want is solid colors, no bubbles. The big problem with this is it's just not deep enough. This lid works really well, but the next lid is gonna have a little bit of a problem. And once I do that lid, I'm going to realize I'm going to have a pretty big problem with the jars themselves. But they come out okay in the end. They do. I'm just going to, little bit of purple there, swirl it in a little bit. And now, just sit back and watch. Fail. So many fails. And the problem is the water, I don't think the water is the right temperature. It's supposed to be the same temperature as the nail polish, and it was fresh out of my tap. I didn't try to match it to room temperature. I didn't let it sit to go to room temperature, so it's just drying on top of the water way too quickly. I don't know if warmer water would work better, but I've always been told all my whole nail art journey that when you're marbling with nail polish on water, it has to be, or it should be, the same temperature. Generally room temperature. So many fails. So many. But don't worry, we will get through this, and it'll look beautiful. Yay! And see what I did? Do you see what I did? I just plopped it right on the bottom. It still looks cool. I'm not gonna do it again. But, I plopped it right on the bottom. I can't believe I did that. No, I can believe I did that because I'm a moron. It's okay. Whole bunch more fails. They are very pretty. See, now the problem is, oh right, this is not a fail. This isn't a fail. The handles work pretty well. The handles are small enough I didn't need them to be as perfect as the lid and the jars themselves. So the handles are okay, but still. The problem I ran into was because I had made swirlies on the lid and on the handles, I feel that I need to make them still swirly on the jar themselves. I need everything to match. Here I'm popping water bubbles. The nail polish will have some little tiny water bubbles in underneath them, and we do not want them to stay. Sanding the jars again so that the nail polish has something to really grip to. Don't sand the thread. Don't do the thread. That'll mess it up. We're not gonna paint the thread. And make sure, and I forgot to mention this with the lid, but make sure you wipe everything down with water or alcohol to get rid of all the dust. I couldn't find my masking tape, so I'm just gonna use some boxing tape because it'll be fine. It just needs to cover up the thread so that the paint doesn't get in there and ruin it. Because if you get paint in there, then it just won't thread shut. And if it does thread shut, it won't open again. Ever again. And that would be hard if you need to change the batteries. Now see, this is beautiful, but I need it to be swirly, not the 80s splotchy. I should have just done the 80s splotchy thing. It looks really cool, but I didn't do the lids that way, so I feel I can't do the jar that way. It has to be swirled like the lid. It won't end up being swirled like the lid because I do this so many times and I just get so tired of doing it. It took me like 2 hours to do these when it should have taken like maybe an hour, 45 minutes. Because I just kept doing this over and over and over and over and over again. So close. That one was super close, but it just had too many voids in it. I'm gonna end up with voids in it anyways. I should have just gone with that one. Or even this one. This one looks really cool just the way it is. But I tried to swirl it, and it just doesn't work. And but it'll work eventually. That one would have been so cool. I'm looking at these now while I'm doing the voiceover and going, these were so cool, but they weren't what I wanted at the time. I was just being way too picky. Keeping in mind that I'm making these for one of my regular customers at the store I work at for his granddaughter. She is getting ready to go to college, and he originally... I haven't told him what I made yet. He originally wanted me to make jewelry because that's like a thing. He often, like every Christmas, he gives her a cute pendant. But I tried to get him to tell me what kind of pendant, what kind of animal, and he just couldn't. He just didn't know. So I was, you know what? She's gonna go to college. She's gonna want to decorate her dorm. So let's try this. That would have been really cool. But no, I had to try to swirl it and ruin it. And then missing footage. Yay! But that's okay. It does all work out in the end. I'm going to use outdoor Mod Podge. It feels like really, really, really thick Elmer's glue. And I get the impression that's basically what it is. I have been watching people use Mod Podge for years. way back to when I was into stamping, you know, rubber stamping with inks and rubber stamps and stuff. I used to collect Stampin' Up! Stamps. And they used to use Mod Podge all the time. Eventually, I started taking out a scoop of the Mod Podge, dipping it into water, and making it a little bit thinner because this stuff is goopy as hell. So thick. Of course, then I finished, you know, doing everything. I finished lathering it on, and then I looked at the label. Cure time, 4 weeks. It got to. And apply a clear acrylic sealer over the Mod Podge to protect it, because it is not, in fact, a sealer. Why is it sold as a sealer? Well, those came out super cute. Here's one. The lid obviously came out a lot better than the bottle did because I suck. I needed a much bigger place to do the bottles, but I don't know. I think they came out really cute. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that crap. So this is what I was thinking about doing, is getting, you know, like a little tea light and some blue tack. Put it on the light. Put it on the inside of the jar. Put the jar in the thing. And I'm sure it would look really cool in the dark. Let's go find out. I think it's really cute. What do you think? I think that the light works pretty well. It'll work a lot better in a dark room. But I was thinking about getting a brighter light for it. I'm not sure. I think this one is fine. What do you guys think? It's a brand new tea light. It's a brand new, you know, batteries and stuff. But what do you think? These are going to go and decorate one young woman's dorm room for college. Her first semester is next year, or well, next school year. So, what do you think? Think she'll like it? I hope so. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next week. Stay safe. So I ended up not using the tea lights. I got some fairy lights from Amazon, and I think they look so much better. Look at how cute those are. I love them. My camera can't handle the colors, but you know what? I think they look great this way. Much better than the tea light.